Wangan Midnight. How many of you have actually heard of that anime? Because for me personally, I just found out about this anime yesterday. I've known about Wangan Midnight before. Like, I've played the game on the PSP, which is not the best. It's an okay game. Has a lot of issues because it's on the PSP, so the graphics are very limited, and the controls are very janky. But it's an okay game. But I didn't know it has an anime and a manga. The manga has over 500 chapters, and the anime is 26 episodes long, which I did not know. But the anime came out in 2007, and why has nobody told me about this anime? Why has nobody watched this anime? I never heard of this anime before, and it is so good. Imagine Initial D, but it's based on highway racing and more about power rather than drifting. You have Wangan Midnight. I love this anime so much because the cars they use are iconic. Aiko Asakura's car is a 240Z S30, which is amazing because my car is a S130 280ZX Turbo. And seeing the earlier generation of my car in an anime like the AE86 is in Initial D is amazing. It's phenomenal. I love it. As well as the characters are so well written. The characters are so good in this anime. Because not only do you have Aiko, who's really good, he's the main lead who owns a 240. And then you have Tatsuya Shima, who owns a 911 Blackbird. And you have Reina Akikawa, who owns an R32. Their character arcs are very well done. Watching this show is so relatable, and I love the show because of that. Because the one thing I've always had an issue with with Initial D is that it's a shonen. It's based more on it being fast-paced, having good action, being about drifting, racing, and Eurobeat, and I love it for what it is. But it is very lacking in character depth. The characters are super shallow and aren't really very well written. I haven't read the manga yet, so I can't really talk on the manga side, but on the anime side, it's like, you don't really have much character depth. Like, Takumi is very shallow. Like, I still don't know why he races at all, aside from the fact that he just does it. He's basically just there because he's there, and that's it. That's just like the point of the circumstance of that. Because, like, I've tried watching this anime like 5 times, and I keep dropping Initial D at stage 3 because it starts going into his characters far too late, and it starts being very slow and boring. At least to me. I don't know what it is for everybody else. I know you guys probably have a different experience with it, but for me personally, it's slow and the characters don't get enough attention early on, and when they finally start getting attention and character building, it starts getting like too little too late. Whereas with this anime, on the other hand, the character depth and character building is front and center. It is the first and foremost thing, and the cars themselves are their own characters as well, and they get their own character depth and story arc, which is weird to think about when you think of an anime actually making the cars they drive part of the anime and actual characters in the anime, and not in like some sort of waifu way of where like, oh, the car has a soul of this character and like this and that. No, it's like, it's a car and that's it. But similar to my 280ZX, the car to me is very personal. Like, to me, there's a reason I call her Dottie, because to me, she's her own car. She's a car and she has a soul. She speaks to me when I work on her, telling me she wants to be fixed and telling me that she wants to be driven, and I want to fix her so I can drive her because it's just the feeling. And it is just a feeling. It is just a car, but to me it's somewhat more. Now, I'm not saying in any way, shape, or form that the car is alive or anything like that by any means. I am just purely stating the fact that to some of us who love cars, we sometimes attribute the car with certain emotions that it feels like it's alive sometimes. And that's the case with me and that 280Z. And it's the case with this car, the Devil Z, the 240, the S30. In the show, everybody who comes across this car gets hypnotized by it, by its history, by what the car is, and they keep putting it on this pedestal because they keep wanting to beat it because it speaks to them, saying, beat me, I am better than you. You want to be better than me, you gotta beat me first. And seeing how every character sees that car and starts being entrapped by it. And similar to how so many of us car guys find a car that just speaks to us in the same way. So I would highly recommend you go check this anime out and show it some much deserved love, because this show does not get nearly enough of it. So go watch it, and please tell me what you think of it when you get back.